Hello everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about a topic that is closely related to the health of people over 60, but is often overlooked. Which meats should be avoided as much as possible, and which ones are worth giving priority to. After entering old age, the body's functions will change. Immunity declines, digestive and absorptive capabilities weaken, and the risk of chronic diseases, such as cardiovascular and kidney diseases, increases. Therefore, when choosing meat, we should not only consider the taste and nutrition, but also safety, ease of digestion, and long-term health risks. Below, I will clearly explain the 4 types of dangerous meats that need to be avoided as much as possible, and provide 4 types of meats that are suitable for eating more or giving priority to, along with specific cooking methods and precautions, to help everyone turn nutrition into a truly healthy food strategy. Remember to like, subscribe, so you won't miss a very useful channel. We'll delve into more daily foods and drinks that can quietly improve your health from the inside out. The first category that needs to be avoided is various processed meat products, such as sausages, bacon, ham, hot dogs, and many cold-cut meat products. Processed meat usually contains a large amount of salt, nitrates, nitrites, and harmful substances produced during smoking or high-temperature processing. Long-term and excessive intake is associated with an increased risk of colorectal cancer. Therefore, it is a safer choice to treat processed meat as an occasional treat, rather than a daily staple food. The second category consists of high-fat and greasy red meats and fatty cuts, such as streaky pork, bone-in ribs, beef tenderloin, and lamb chops. High saturated fat content can easily increase low-density lipoprotein, bad cholesterol, in the blood, and in the long term, it will increase the risk of atherosclerosis and cardiovascular events. For elderly people with a history of hyperlipidemia, hypertension, or coronary heart disease, it is advisable to avoid frequently consuming these high-fat parts. If they do want to eat them, they should remove the skin and oil and control the portion size well. The third category consists of raw or undercooked meats and seafood, such as raw beef, raw chicken, or half-cooked, raw shellfish, oysters, etc. The gastrointestinal defensibility of the elderly declines, and the probability of developing foodborne diseases, bacteria, parasites, viruses, is higher. The symptoms can range from mild gastrointestinal discomfort to severe dehydration, sepsis, and even life-threatening conditions. When cooking at home and in restaurants, it is essential to ensure that the meat is thoroughly cooked and pay attention to food hygiene. Avoid eating raw food that has not been fully heated. The fourth category that requires caution is offal and certain special meats, especially when consumed frequently and in large quantities, such as liver, kidneys, and blood products. Internal organs are rich in nutrients, but they also contain high levels of cholesterol, vitamin A, and certain minerals. For elderly people with high cholesterol, gout, high uric acid, or abnormal liver and kidney functions, frequent and excessive consumption of internal organs may have adverse effects. In addition, the liver may accumulate environmental toxins, depending on the source, so it is recommended to consume it occasionally. Pay attention to the source and communicate with your attending physician to determine if it is suitable. Let's take a look at 4 types of beneficial meats that are worth giving priority to and suitable for the elderly to consume over the long term. The first category consists of deep-sea fish rich in omega-3, healthy fats, such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, etc. Regular consumption of fish rich in EPA and DHA is beneficial for cardiovascular health, anti-inflammatory, and may be good for brain function. It is recommended that cooking methods such as steaming, roasting, or light frying be preferred. Excessive frying or high-temperature charring should be avoided. The second category is skinless poultry among white meats, such as skinless chicken breast and turkey breast. Peeled white meat has a high protein content and low saturated fat, and is relatively easy to digest and absorb. It is a good choice for supplementing high-quality protein and maintaining muscle mass. For elderly people who want to maintain strength and prevent sarcopenia, including an appropriate amount of skinless chicken or turkey in their weekly diet plan is a safe and practical method. When cooking, try to use stewing, steaming, roasting, or boiling, and avoid excessive frying and overly sweet or salty seasonings. The third category is the lean cut pieces of lean red meat, such as beef tenderloin, pork tenderloin, or lean beef slices. Note the total amount and frequency. Choosing lean meat in moderation and controlling the portion size can provide high-quality essential amino acids while avoiding excessive intake of saturated fat. The elderly need sufficient high-quality protein to maintain muscle, immune, and wound healing functions. Lean red meat remains a source that can be included in a balanced intake. It is recommended to remove visible fat each time you cook, use low-temperature cooking, and control the reference amount of one serving at about 70 to 100 grams. The fourth category consists of easily digestible and low-mercury white fish or shellfish, but make sure they are thoroughly cooked, as well as occasionally rabbit meat or other low-fat meats. These meats are tender, low in fat, and rich in protein, making them suitable as a daily source of protein for the elderly. When choosing fish, pay attention to the mercury content. Give priority to low-mercury fish species and alternate the consumption of deep-sea fish rich in omega-3 with low-mercury white fish. This way, it can not only protect the heart and brain, but also reduce the risk of environmental pollutant intake. Apart from what to eat, what's more important is how to eat and how much to eat. The elderly should try to eat small meals frequently and allocate their daily protein to each meal, avoiding concentrating all their protein in dinner. The cooking method should give priority to steaming, boiling, roasting, and stewing, and avoid high-temperature methods such as deep frying, smoking, roasting, or charring, in order to reduce the generation of potential harmful substances such as heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. When it comes to seasoning, try to minimize the use of salt, pickled products, and high sugar and high-fat seasonings. Use natural seasonings like herbs, lemons, ginger, and garlic, which not only enhance the freshness, but are also healthier. Regarding portion size, it is advisable to consume about the size of a palm or approximately 70 to 100 grams of meat per meal. Adjustments should be made based on individual weight, kidney function, and activity level. For elderly people with special diseases, such as chronic kidney disease, severe cardiovascular disease, high uric acid, or those taking certain medications, such as anticoagulants, certain lipid-lowering drugs, or calcium/vitamin A supplements, it is essential to consult your attending physician or nutritionist before adjusting your meat intake. In some cases, it is necessary to limit the total amount of protein or the intake of specific minerals, such as potassium and phosphorus. Blindly increasing protein intake may instead increase the burden on the kidneys. Some other medications interact with food or supplements. Professional assessment can avoid risks and provide personalized dietary advice. Finally, here are some simple and practical suggestions for everyone. Limit processed meat to 0 to once or twice a week, and give priority to choosing fresh and traceable meat products. Arrange fish rich in omega-3 at least twice a week. Red meat doesn't have to be completely given up, but please choose lean and cut it into pieces and control the frequency to once or twice a week. When cooking, remove the skin and fat, use less salt and oil, and ensure it is thoroughly cooked. If you eat internal organs, it is recommended to have small portions, low frequency, and pay attention to the source. A simple meal plan example: steamed salmon on Monday, chicken breast stewed with green vegetables on Wednesday, lean beef tenderloin stir-fried with mixed vegetables on Friday, and clear stewed cod and tofu soup on Sunday. It not only provides high-quality protein, but also takes into account cardiovascular and kidney safety. In conclusion, friends over 60 years old should follow the principle of less processing, more quality, proper methods, and attention to portion sizes when choosing meat. Processed meat, high-fat fat meat, undercooked meat, and frequent and large amounts of internal organs should be avoided as much as possible or significantly reduced. Deep-sea fish, skinless poultry, lean red meat, and low-mercury white fish are preferred sources of protein. Incorporating these principles into your daily diet and combining them with an appropriate amount of vegetables, whole grains, beans, and sufficient water can help you maintain your muscles, protect your cardiovascular system, and reduce unnecessary risks in old age. Finally, it is reminded once again that if you have a history of chronic diseases or are taking medication, please consult your attending doctor or nutritionist before adjusting your diet to obtain safety advice specifically for you. May every elderly person eat with peace of mind, live better, and share the warmth and health of every meal with their families. That's all for today's sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and like it so you won't miss the next video. We'll delve into more daily foods and drinks that can quietly improve your health from the inside out.